Hey guys, I'm Shanelle and welcome back to my series on how I'm changing my life with Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations. And this is August, month 3 for me. And I started off this month trying to figure out how I was going to consistently elevate my emotions. So I was doing things like when I'm doing Instacart, especially when I'm in like areas like Beverly Hills, I already feel the energy lifting. So I seem like I'm driving to a friend's place with a gift or whatnot, and I feel like it just brings me into another mindset instead of being like, oh, I'm a worker bee delivering someone's groceries or something, which just feels like a lower set energy for me. So I do the tuning into new potentials meditation, and the first letter that I work on is an H for me, the squiggly lines and stuff. And it's H for husband. And I really be telling you guys all my business. Wow, it's like this is really an interesting process right here of being vulnerable. But I realized when I did this process, because if you don't know anything about tuning into a new potentials meditation, part of that is having an elevated emotion. And I find that when I'm doing blessing of the energy centers, I'm able to elevate my emotions. But with this letter, I was struggling and I couldn't understand why I wasn't able to elevate my emotions with H for husband, when it was so important to me. And I realized that I was judging the fact that I want my husband to be wealthy. I had a judgment about that, and I realized that it wasn't something to judge, that it was actually, having money and having wealth is a beautiful thing. And that's something that shouldn't be, it's not a bad thing that I want that. And as soon as I was able to let go of that feeling, I was able to then elevate my emotions in that area. So one thing is really great. You start to figure out your own judgments of what's blocking you in areas when you're doing the work. I felt like when I do my meditations, I was starting, especially blessing of the energy centers, I kept feeling these magnet pulls and I didn't know what it was. In reading Becoming Supernatural, which is why it's really important to keep listening to the books, keep listening to like interviews that he does and whatnot, so you can know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and what's happening in the process. I was listening to Become Supernatural and I realized that the magnetic pull was the field building around me, and that was from me doing the breath work and blessing of the energy centers. And so that helped me know that what I was doing was working, which then makes you want to do even more and stay more focused, because you realize like you're seeing some results. It's like going to the gym, you start to see your muscles a little stronger or whatever. You're like, okay, all right, I'm getting some results. So you want to put in more effort, and which is really important. Because, one thing is like you keep asking to show the field to show you some results and whatnot. So there was things, I guess I'm gonna skip and go down. I've been seeing certain signs, like I've been asking for money to come out of nowhere and stuff. Now I was asking for $10,000 and stuff like that. I was getting like messages like, oh, you haven't cashed your check for $70. Now, no disrespect, of course I'm grateful for the $70. Thank you for the $70, universe. And it came out of nowhere. Like I didn't know, like it came from an investment I have made into a company. And it's my first check from them. I invested like 3 years ago. And I'm like, oh cool, I got my first check and investment from them. It's great stuff. But I'm seeing, and it was like another $20 check or something. But I'm seeing where it's starting to show up, or like I asked the field, like, you know, I don't even know if I should continue to pursue acting, and then, you know, I'm on set doing extra work and I get a SAG voucher. I'm like, okay, that feels like a sign that I should stay open to that. Or like, I'm like, should I still continue to have my clothing boutique? I don't know if I should still continue to do that. And then I get a purchase. I'm like, okay, cool. And there's small things, but it's like there's still signs that are showing up. So I'm seeing how that can grow, and I'm open to that. And as soon as I get that $10,000 check, I'm gonna let y'all know. I believe it will come. So yeah, let me go back some more. You know, I had to read my notes because, so during a meditation, I believe it was in Blessing of the Energy Centers, you know, like I felt, you know, you can fall out of focus and into thought. And sometimes those thoughts are really helpful to move the process along. And this was one of those times where I realized that during that meditation that I can actually, this is gonna sound fucked up, because I've always struggled with my anger issues. And I realized during that time that I can actually want to hit somebody and not feel guilty about it. Like, you know, wanting to hit somebody is probably a normal, natural emotion. It's not like you always have to act on it, of course. You do your best not to act on it. Like, it's better to not put your hands on people. But the fact that I actually feel that way isn't something I should then bury myself into guilt about. And as I released that feeling of guilt, I felt an orb leave my second center and enter into my fifth center. And from then I started to really feel my throat chakra open up. I don't know what that means, besides energy moving up. Yes. Dr. Joe Dispenza always talks about how your energy is, a lot of your energy is trapped in your first 3 centers, and of course that's it being released, babe. Yes! So excited. Okay. But yeah, so that happened with that. Cool stuff. And yeah, I struggled with this month, you know, everything that's going on in the world. I've really found that I felt restricted with my freedoms by entities that pay me money. And, you know, it's really nice to have FU money to be able to be in control of your own life. And so I started to feel like, you know, freedom, it became one of the words I was thinking about when it comes to like elevating your emotions, but I'll come back to that later. And so I got my Kanye theme song for that, and you know that song, nah nah nah, wait till I get my money right. But it changed that to now that I got my money right? So because I don't want to have that affirmation of wait till we're gonna have it now that I got my money right. And God, I hope I don't sound crazy in this thing, y'all. I really hope I don't sound crazy. But anyway, yeah. And that helped me, like, you know, as another way of like elevating my emotions, something to be excited about. And that theme of freedom in a life, my future life and how I see it, having that freedom, being able to make choices for me, my body, and my family, you know, my future family. Whew. So let's get into this roommate situation. So my roommate had paid for the whole of August, but they were supposed to move out mid-August. So you know, I posted in the Facebook group trying to find someone to replace her, and for some reason we was coming up on nothing. Like, it was just a really very few people, and I was like, wow. Like, it was just, it came to a point where I was just really worried I was going to lose my apartment, and just I just kept going through all the stories I heard about people like losing their homes and stuff, and while they're going through the meditations and all that, and I was just terrified that that was gonna happen to me. And it's kind of different for me. Like, my whole family, not my whole family, but the majority of my family is in a different country, and like, if I lose my home, I have nothing. Like, I'm by myself, and so that was really a scary thought for me. And then we were like, okay, so if we don't find somebody for next month, then we're gonna have to pay for the extra room, and then the deposit back to the roommate. And it was just like so overwhelming, that feeling. And then so at that point I had started doing the meditations like 2 to 3 times a day, and then I got sick, and it wasn't the panda. It wasn't the panda. It was I got tested like 4 or 5 times. It wasn't that, but I had this like really bad fever and these really bad headaches. So like, I didn't talk about this for July, but I went through a period of days where I had a lot of headaches, and I've suffered from headaches my whole life. It's one of the things I cannot wait to get rid of. But this month it was just so bad. The headaches got so bad. The fever was really bad. I stopped eating food. I was really weak, and I couldn't work. And I'm worried about money, but I can't work. I can't eat, and I feel so sick, and I don't know what's wrong with me. And I was just, trying not to worry. Like, every month that comes through, it's like this worrying energy does nothing, but it was just like shit just kept showing up to stress me out. And it was just like, oh my God, I don't know what was gonna happen. And I was like afraid to talk to people about what was going on, because I didn't want to add to that energy, but it was just so overwhelming. So I released to my friend, I released to my mother. My mom helped me out a bit, of course, and something came to me, and I was just like, I asked my roommate, because the last time when we got that other roommate, she was a person who did the post. Also, she is white, and I said to her, yo, I think maybe if you post, we'll have better luck. And she was like, oh my God, if that's true, that's just disgusting. But hey, the thought came to me. I asked her if she would do it. She did do it. All of a sudden, we have all these prospects now. Lovely girls. Yeah, I feel like I kind of skipped over me not feeling well, right? Oh yeah, so let me go back. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit all over the place. So I wasn't feeling well, and nothing was working. I was really becoming worried, because I didn't know what I was going to do. So one night the headaches were just really intense. I kept taking Excedrin, which usually works for me, and it was only working for a couple of hours, and then it would be back to headaches. And I was asking in groups, like, has anyone experienced this? Like, I didn't know what was going on with me. I definitely feel like I went into a victim mind state. And I'm laying in bed, and I was just like, I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza talk in one of his videos, and he started talking about elevated emotions, and that clearly was this theme for the month. And so I elevated my emotions, and I was like, what do I use besides being grateful? And he said being worthy to receive and the joy to be alive. So I kept thinking those things, and then I found that I was getting seconds of relief. Do it again, a few more seconds of relief. Do more again, and a few more seconds of relief. And then I was able to actually go to sleep because I was also struggling to sleep through the night, and I passed out. I woke up in the morning and my headache was gone. I was like, oh my God, thank you. Okay, so this works. And so, of course, if that's gonna work, it makes you focus on being in that mind state all the time. So I was like, okay. So I kept thinking those words, and it kept just opening my heart and elevating my emotions, and that's how I managed to get better. I was still upset because I was like, why did I get sick in the first place? I didn't understand. But listening to one of the testimonials later, I realized that, you know, it's the body fighting back. You know, still trying to hold on to the status quo. And so I was like, okay, I can live with that. But as long as I keep doing the meditations. And honestly, I thought, damn, maybe I need to back off. Maybe I was doing too much. And so I guess in that way, it kind of won a little bit because I haven't been going as hard as I was. But I've definitely been elevating my emotions. And that's really helped me a lot. But anyway, back to the whole roommate situation. So we started interviewing these girls, lovely girls. In the process, found some great candidates. So some could move in September, some could move in October. Met girls that we liked in at both times. And so that first day went really well. And then that night, my roommate that I really get along with and that I've lived with for almost 5 years tells me that she has to go back home, and so she's leaving, and I almost fall out in the store. Like, I'm just like, I can't, like, another blow. I'm like, shit, this shit's gonna fall to pieces. What am I gonna do? I didn't want her to leave, and I was like, is she leaving because of me? Like, what is going on? And I was just like, damn, these like, what can I do? And the only thing you can do is just to keep going. It's like, at this point, just keep going, right? And so she's like, don't worry, we'll figure it out. We'll see if one of the girls from October will take my room, blah, 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 blah. So it turns out that's what's gonna happen. It's still scary for me because it's like I'm going to be living with two new people, and my roommate that's been like my comfort zone is leaving. But I'm just trusting that in this space that, you know, the field is working it all out, and this is all for a good purpose. And we open up to new things, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're moving with the newness of it all. And that's not even all that happened, y'all. Like, oh my gosh, like, the last roommate left the room in a hot mess. So we were up in there cleaning, and then we managed to get the building to come and repaint and stuff because there was smoke all over the walls. We were trying to wipe down the walls and the blinds and clean everything off. And then out of nowhere, like never happened before, there was a mouse in my bathroom, and that's just because I can't. It was too much. So pest control was up in here, but thank God they handled it right away. Like, I think that's one great thing about my building. It's like, we don't play that. But it was just a lot. And then I had a loss in the family. And so by the time that happened, I was just like, I have nothing left in me. I can't. Like, I was just like, universe, please, can you please? Because I can't. I cannot. Yeah, so August with my ass, y'all. August with my ass. Towards the end, things got better. I started doing Uber Eats, and that was just like, it's an easier coin. So I felt like a lot of pressure lifted off of me through doing that. And so I'm grateful that worked out at the perfect timing. Oh yeah, my energy center. So now, like, I've noticed that, my first energy center, which for so long it was just like teetering on, like, today I'm feeling a little something, tomorrow I'm not. Like, I've noticed, like, for the past few days, my first energy center is just like constantly, I can feel it opening up. I'm so grateful. So it means that we've made some progress, and I can feel every energy center every time I do blessing of the energy centers. so thankful, and I'm looking forward to what's gonna come in September. I'm making it through, you guys. Really like, this isn't easy. Talking about this isn't easy. This process isn't easy, but I'm glad I'm able to do it like this, so that when things really change around in the future, you can see like I went through it and I did the work. And oh God, I'm grateful. So listen, every day I really try to elevate my emotions, even if it starts off. Sometimes I wake up and I feel amazing, sometimes I don't, and it's like, okay, well, joy to be alive, worthy to receive, freedom, gratefulness, thankfulness, love. I really go through all those things, and I feel my heart center being open, and I feel that energy field, you know. And yeah, I'm gonna just keep pushing with this. And so, you know, I will make sure that as soon as September's done, I'll load up the next video. I'm looking forward to hearing some thoughts from people on, you know, this process, and if you're doing it too, go easy on me, guys, because this is not easy. I'm choosing to be very vulnerable and as honest as I can be right now about this process. And yeah, just thank you, just thank you. And please like the video, and you know, subscribe if you want. Yeah, I made it to 100 subscribers. Like, I'm super excited, and yeah, I'm really grateful. And let's just continue to grow, guys. Let's just continue to grow. And I'm just gonna shut up now. Okay, all right, thanks. I'm just gonna end it there. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it there. Yeah, thanks.